Some countries thrive, building vast economies and improving living standards, while others remain trapped in poverty, struggling to progress. Why does this happen? Is it geography, politics, history, or something deeper? The truth is complex, and today we'll uncover the real reasons why some nations stay poor while others get rich. One major factor is geography. Countries with access to coastlines and navigable rivers have historically had an advantage in trade, while landlocked nations often struggle. Tropical regions face challenges like disease, poor soil for agriculture, and extreme weather, making development harder. In contrast, temperate climates like those in North America and Europe have historically provided better conditions for growth. Another crucial element is institutions. Nations with strong, transparent governments that protect property rights, enforce contracts, and encourage business tend to prosper. In contrast, countries plagued by corruption, political instability, and weak law enforcement often deter investment and struggle with economic growth. A stable government ensures that businesses can operate without fear of sudden policy changes or expropriation. Colonial history also plays a major role. Many countries that were colonized were left with artificial borders, weak institutions, and economies built to serve foreign powers rather than their own people. Some former colonies, like the United States and Canada, were able to establish strong economies, while others, particularly in Africa and parts of Asia, were left with deep structural problems that persist today. The resource curse is another paradox. You might think that having vast oil, gold, or diamond reserves would make a country rich, but in many cases, it does the opposite. Countries rich in natural resources often suffer from corruption, inequality, and economic instability as elites control wealth while the rest of the population remains poor. This is seen in nations like Venezuela and the Democratic Republic of Congo, where resource wealth has fueled conflict and economic mismanagement rather than prosperity. Education and human capital are also key drivers of wealth. Countries that invest in education, research, and skill development create more productive workforces. Nations like South Korea and Singapore transformed from poverty to wealth by focusing on education, innovation, and a strong work ethic. On the other hand, countries that fail to educate their populations often struggle to compete in the modern economy. Global trade and technology have also played a crucial role. Nations that embrace open markets, innovation, and infrastructure development tend to grow rapidly. China's rise from poverty to a global economic superpower is a clear example of how industrialization, trade policies, and government planning can transform a nation's fortunes. In contrast, political instability, war, and poor leadership can destroy economies. Countries that experience frequent coups, civil wars, or oppressive regimes often find themselves in a cycle of poverty. Nations like North Korea, despite having resources and an educated population, remain poor due to rigid authoritarian control and economic mismanagement. Ultimately, there is no single reason why some countries stay poor while others get rich. It's a combination of geography, history, governance, education, trade, and innovation. The key lesson is that progress is possible. Many once poor nations have successfully transformed themselves. But without strong institutions, visionary leadership, and investments in human capital, escaping poverty remains a challenge. The question is, can struggling nations break the cycle, or will history keep repeating itself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.